Yo, what is going on, my dudes? Alright, today we're jumping right back in with the Abyss tutorials, and we're going to be doing Iron Man with Human Torch. Now, I've broken down this fight into 3 phases. Number 1, the build-up. Number 2, melting time. And number 3, Jesus Christ, holy crap, I really hope this works. I don't know why I did this. Please God, please God, please. Now I'm sure you're wondering why the 3rd phase is called Jesus Christ, holy crap, I really hope this works. I don't know why I did this. Please God, please God, please. But we'll get to that in just a little bit. But first, let's talk about phase 1, the build-up. So this Iron Man has that Tech Abyssal enhancement where every 10 hits he's going to steal all of your current power unless you inflict an armor break. So you always want to be mindful of that. Now in a way, I actually think this kind of helps you because it allows you to consistently bait out his special attacks. So Torch is so great for this Iron Man, and all Iron Men in general, because Iron Man, his first medium attack is energy based. So every time you take that hit on your block, you're going to be building up smolders and raising your temperature. And now with each smolder, your incinerate effects will be 12% more powerful. So this phase is all about building up to around 60 or so smolders so that you can melt Iron Man as quickly as possible. Now both of the beams from his Special 1 are also energy based, now, as are the beams from his Special 2. Now feel free to parry the beams from the Special 1, but the Special 2 rockets hit a bit too hard to consistently take those on the block. So the optimal way to do this is to do what I've always called a double parry. Some people call it a reparry. I'm pretty sure Dorky Dave at one point called it a pink berry. But you want to be prepared to double parry and immediately throw your heavy attack. Now if he doesn't throw his first light attack and instead begins to charge his heavy, take 1 dash back and charge your heavy to interrupt his. Now if you get him in the corner, feel free to throw multiple heavies to get some more incinerates or novas on him, but you can only do that if he isn't about to steal your power and he isn't at 1 or 2 bars of power himself. So there's about another minute and a half left of phase 1 in this fight. Now, there isn't too much more to say about it, but I will say if you are using a different champion, like let's say Void, or Captain America Infinity War, or Aegon, well, you're pretty much going to want to approach this fight in the exact same way. Now there are a lot of champions who can armor break Iron Man to get around his Abyss enhancement, but it's kind of hard to justify bringing them along, when champions that you're bringing for other fights can do this fight just as well if you know what you're doing. So I imagine that if you're doing Abyss, you're more than likely going to be bringing either Void or Human Torch along. Now both of those champs are absolutely great options for this fight. Now if you don't have those 2 champions for this fight, well, we'll talk about that in a different video at a different time, although it's probably going to look very similar. Double parry, heavy attack, or double parry, dash back, heavy attack. Now, we've arrived at phase 2, melting time. So we have about 62 smolders at the moment, and all of our incinerate effects are going to be doing a very decent amount of damage at this point. And now you're going to start seeing his health start to drop impressively fast. Now the technique behind this portion of the fight is relatively similar to the first phase, double parry and heavy. but there isn't much of a need to parry his special 1 beams anymore if your health is starting to get low. Just go ahead and let that fire burn. If you're keeping a good eye on the meter that lets you know when he's about to steal your power, feel free to throw in a couple medium light mediums as well. We just want to rack up those Nova Flames or Incinerates as high as possible. And this is pretty much what we're going to be doing until the end of the fight. Alright, I'll see you back here in about a minute. Alright, we've now arrived at my favorite portion of this video, which is Phase 3. Jesus Christ, holy crap, I really hope this works. I don't know why I did this. Please God, please God, please. Now, this is why it's called this. At this point in the fight, I had so many smolders that I just wanted to see how quickly Human Torch would be able to kill Iron Man, and if I could somehow get him to not throw his special 3. So I just decided to throw caution to the wind, push him to 3 bars of power, and then heavy him in the corner until he died. Now as you can see, he dropped about 12% health in about 10 seconds. Now that's absolutely insane damage, man. Now would I ever advise you to do something like this in content like Alliance War? Absolutely not. I'm not even sure if I'm advising you to do this in Abyss, but in content like this, it's really not too harmful if you happen to die, right? Now sometimes in a game that's based completely around the concept of RNG, you have to take a leap of faith and hope that the RNG is on your side. Now I happened to get very lucky there, and Iron Man didn't throw a single special 3. Now of course I influenced that a little bit by constantly keeping him on the ground in the corner, but there was absolutely a window of opportunity for him to throw his special attack every single time he stood up. Now, if you don't want to do this, there's absolutely no harm in taking the end of the fight very slowly and just baiting out all of his special attacks and just double parrying and just letting the Incinerates do their job in a slow and steady and safe manner. In fact, that's probably the way I'm going to advise you to do it. But I've done this fight so many times in that way, I just wanted to see what would happen if I just went for it. Alright guys, that's going to be it from me on this video. If you've been struggling with Iron Man in the Abyss, I hope this helped you out. There's going to be a lot more Abyss guys coming along, so subscribe if you want to see some more of them, and I'll be seeing you later.